last time I heard about those crazy lines when people had to pay stand-in liners was because of some Snickers. Can you imagine? In the US, it is usually because of iPhones. Do we have the newcomers? Because I was late for the meeting today. Do we have anyone who is here for the first time? Can you raise your hands, please? All right, so
They're just being shy. It's half of the audience that just don't want to come out on the stage. And I told them that we will make them come on stage. So please.
I'm not going to make you, but I'm urging you to. Please, it is not as scary as it seems. Trust me. Anyone? Someone? Please.
Just think of it this way. The one who's gonna come up on the stage is your opportunity to improve immediately. You will notice the difference after that, seriously.
And the jobs here are just amazing. God. All right. Can I please ask you? Yes. Thank you very much.
And she said she's not gonna make it.
I didn't make him, I asked him.
Oh, okay.
My name is Tigran.
Pleasure to meet you, Tigran.
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 Yeah.
And your profession is?
And my profession is water slide tester.
Water slide tester. So
Water
when you
slide.
go
What is
to a
slide?
water park,
Yeah.
you go to a water park and there are those,
I
water
see.
attractions, and you need to test them. So you constantly go to water parks and you have fun.
Maybe not.
I was an auditor in my past life, and we had an academy lessons, trainings in Turkey, and it usually it's in September, very good time on the sea, and it was first time in my life when I saw a slide, and I checked it out once or twice, and I enjoyed it greatly. So after that, I went to HR and asked to leave the job and change it for this great profession. So all I should to do is to slide every now and then in some Moscow rest areas, and I think it's a really great profession. You do nothing, you just have pleasure. You have a great time. I think you will agree with me that it's really the greatest profession in the life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I need to ask the timer, do we still have time for one more speech or a couple more?
No.
No?
No.
No. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. One of the jobs that I didn't know that existed is called a funster. It is a person who goes around the world and has fun. And then writes reviews about different fun places. So thank you very much, everyone who came out here today and told us about what inspired them to change their jobs. And I would like everyone to choose the best table topic speaker and then share that wonderful piece of paper with the secretary, I believe.
Yeah, also you can use the link or QR code for voting for the best table topic speakers, and the names you can see on the slide. So we encourage you to vote for the best table topic speaker of today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alexandra, for an amazing table topic session. It was so fun. Minute for.
Нет, прям открой страницу. Интернет там есть, наверное?
Yeah, but you will. Don't they have names on the
Yes.
online?
Yes.
Yeah. So then they need this page.
Open it in browser.
Guys, please go to this page.
We have old names: Alex, Anna, Yelena, Tamara.
No, update it.
Please update, reload the page if you can.
I did this three times actually. It's gonna work now.
Do you still have the old names there?
Yes.
1 second, guys.
А, может, я его в лейтер зашел. А, блин,
No worries. Could you guys please go to /PE over here? Sorry for technical mistake. I know it was uploaded on that page. That's why. Can you see the names right?
открой.
Yeah. Okay. Just choose one and press send. Thank you.
Sorry, time is over.
Okay, thank you, Tamer.
And now it's time for evaluation of our prepared speeches and our speakers. And it's time for our general evaluator, Maria Kalinkina. Let's welcome her on the stage.
Thank you, Yulia. Thank you very much. Good evening, dear Toastmasters, dear guests. It's time to evaluate. And let me appreciate your expectations, Diana, and say that at all our today's meeting was really cool. And thank you very much, Yulia, for such interesting topic and topic of the session that you shared with us. But let me say one more thing that, dear guys, dear guests, dear Miss President, during the speeches, please, silence is very important. When you're typing something on WhatsApp, please be sure that your cell phone is switched to the quiet section. It's pretty important because it disturbs speakers pretty much. Anyway, let me praise more than punish and say that I'm happy to introduce personal waiter for the speech of Artur Tozbekov, Ivan Shilai. Please, Ivan, welcome on the stage.
Thank you. So, dear Toastmasters, dear Artur, nice to have you on board today. So, the main purpose of this speech for Artur was to take a topic, make a research, and then deliver it to us in a well-researched way. Did he excel on that?
Yes.
That was a rhetoric question, actually, but nevertheless. So as a whole, the speech was kind of cool because he had this introduction when he introduced himself as an experienced diver, and then he had some questions about this new type of diving, and then he tried to explain to himself all these questions and dig deeper into each of them. Also, he used kind of cool analogies, between these depths and the metro stations, and we were able to create some images in our head about how deep that really is, and that's actually amazingly, because I had no idea that a living being, a human, can dive so deep. You linked also your presentation to the topic of today's meeting. That was also very conscious, advanced, I'd say, because not everyone is doing that. You might work on your eye contact. I told you before about that, and I really think that that's a point that will dramatically improve all your performance and the impact to the audience, because you look to the ground. So please pay attention to that, and I think that will be a leap forward for you personally. So that's very important for you. And you might challenge yourself on, linking the topic of the presentation to the audience needs, because you told us really interesting things, some facts, but at the end, the presentation is like making a pie. You put the first straight, second, third, and then you put the cherry on top. So the conclusion is like a cherry on top, and it accentuates the most important things that you would like to the audience to be aware of. So please pay attention to the conclusion and you'll succeed, and that will be an amazing performance from your side. So thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ivan. It's pretty difficult to invite so experienced speaker like you, and I think that you did your best. And also thank you, Artur, for such an interesting topic. I like beautiful pictures that you shared with us, and also a question how deep I could dive. I was thinking about it. An interesting fact that you came here from Taganska metro station. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to invite to the stage the second personal elevator for Sofia Kuzina, Diana Alzovi.
Thank you. First of all, let me remind you of Sophia's objectives. Her objectives were to tell us about different leadership styles and to tell us about her own leadership style. Did she do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done that. Well done. All the objectives have been met. Thank you. But this is not all. Now, I would like to tell you the things that I really liked in her speech that you could all use. When she was giving us some information, she put some pictures on the slides. Now, it always helps us to remember the points she's talking about. So that's a good idea to put the pictures. Secondly, I liked how you made this break. So you first told us about the styles, and then you had made a break to bring our attention to you. You asked us to raise our hands about the leadership style. So that was a good place to put that break, let's say, because after some information, we may start as audience losing you a little bit. Yeah. And also thank you for some new information that you've given us about the praising. Now, I would say overall that you're a good speaker. Honestly, you're really good. However, there is good and there is great. How could you become great? One thing only I want you to focus on is your vocal variety. You have it, don't get me wrong. You have a natural vocal variety, which is very nice, very pleasant to hear. However, on the stage, you're not talking naturally as you're talking to somebody just next to you one-to-one. Here, you're a performer. You're a storyteller. Here, you want everybody's attention on you all the time for the entire 7 minutes you have. You don't want anybody to think of checking their phone. How do you do that? You vary your vocal variety. Now, what does vocal variety consist of? It consists of speed or pace. You have a good one. I'm not saying you don't have a good one. I'm saying you could change it. Sometimes you speak faster, sometimes you speak slower. You could add some pauses. Now, here's what you said. Dear Toastmasters, I will be talking about this, this, and this. What you could have done, dear Toastmasters, everybody's attention, today I'm going to tell you about this, this, and this. Another thing, volume. You had more or less steady volume. Again, you could have changed it. So these are the things I would advise you to work on. And as a challenge, I want you to take, later on, select a project called storytelling. Now in storytelling, I don't want you to just practice your vocal variety, not to change it, get it a little bit better. I want you to exaggerate in it. I want you to actually change voices, to whisper when needed, to make a lot of pauses, exaggerate, and I'm sure you will be great. Thank you so much for your wonderful speech. It was really good, as I said. And next time, I'm sure it will be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. I think that your feedback was pretty good, but don't forget about the time. And thank you, Sophia, for such interesting topics that you shared with us. Nice speech with a good structure, good presentation, and of course your life experiences. So let me invite on the stage our third personal evaluator for the speaker, Sergey Kuzin. Let me invite on the stage Valeria Kholakova. Madam General Evaluator, audience, dear Sergey.
it's quite fun watching you performing an icebreaker on this stage, because when I came to Toastmasters 10 years ago, you were already an experienced speaker at that time. However, here I am to give you my feedback on the first introducing speech of yours. And I have to admit, that was one of the most powerful speeches that I've ever heard. Powerful, what do I mean by that? The mastery or the excellence that I love when people combine speech styles. We were motivated, we were inspired, we were taught and informed all at the same time. That was a really, really good speech. How else can I tell that? Did you guys hear how great and how easily and fluently Sergey used his voice? He was whispering at some point. He was speeding up when he was telling us a story. He was lowering down the tone. Sometimes he was even shouting. That was a mastery of the vocal variety. Did you see in your minds those vivid pictures Sergey painted for us, those beautiful stories? I would say you're a really, really great storyteller, and we can learn from you to perform stories on stage. Did you feel the energy, the power coming out of Sergey himself when he was sharing his experience with us, persuading and motivating us to make less doubts and more mistakes? Still, I want to see you back on the stage, not once, again, and I'm ready to give you some tips so you can make even a better, a perfect performance. The first thing I shall point out is the use of the stage. I do like when speakers use the stage horizontally, moving on the X scale. Though I was sitting on the back row and you were moving pretty fast from the left to the right, making a very short stop and moving back again. There is also a Y or Y scale. You can use this as well. Standing on the top, standing in the middle of the stage, being the center of everyone's attention, wherever we'll be sitting, is probably one of the most important points as a great performer. One more thing that I would like to comment upon refers to the content of the stories that you share. There were two great stories from the 2000 and from the 2004, if I remember it correctly. Still, the pictures were so vivid and so colorful and so detailed that I was probably over-flooded with small details that you pointed out. And that made me feel a little bit disturbed on following the main message that you wanted to convey. To summarize, what I really loved about your performance is that you're fluent in vocal variety. We should all learn from Sergey. That you're great with structure and you're great with energy, and that you motivated us to make more mistakes. Please consider working on the stage performance and less details to the story. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As usual, great speaker, great personal relator. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to listen to you. But don't forget about the time. And now it's time to choose the best personal relator. Please, dear Toastmasters, dear guests, use
this link for this time, because basically the results were uploaded on wrong pages. So if you could please use this link, you will see the names.
I couldn't explain it better. Thank you, Diana.
Sorry.
So please use it, QR code, and vote for the best personal relator. And while you do it, let me move on the second part of evaluations. It's time to invite on the stage our persons who did minor roles. And for the first minor role, let me invite on the stage our grammarian, Daria Tikhomirova. Good luck.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for great, inspiring speeches. And as we continue to praise more than punish I'd like to concentrate more on the positive sides of your speeches and just to give a small comment on some minor mistakes that you've made. Well, first of all, I've noticed that there were some pronunciation inaccuracies, such as courage, discourage. I've heard courage or something like that, and career. The correct way of saying career is career. I've heard career or something like that. There were some words and phrases that were grammatically incorrect. So basically, they were like she have instead of she has, or like visiting. There was something different, but to like doing something, it's better to use in continuous form. Then politics, I've heard it in singular, but it's commonly used in plural, so it's politics. Called to me, so it's the correct way to say called me, someone called me. The person do something, well, it's does, and something like that. Then, in terms of sentence construction, I've noticed that there were the words such when and will used at the same time. So when he will speak, so basically it's when he speaks, or if we see instead of if we will see. There were some mistakes like that. As for the positive part, I really loved so many expressions that you used, and here I'd like to focus on the following ones. The first official record, I really like this expression used by Artur. Then to accomplish goals, it's a really great expression to use, to achieve, to accomplish goals, used by Sophia. Then make less doubts, by Sergey. Burst into laughter, we can actually use the expression burst into tears or any other emotion. It was really great. Thank you, Sergey. To get accustomed, also pronounced by Sergey, and then some other expressions such as I have to admit, I'd like to comment upon, overloaded by Valeria, and that's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Daria. But let me say, and okay, I think it's better to ask the auditory. Does anyone remember what was the word of the day?
Showcase.
Cool, Lera. You did your best as well. But instead of Lera, does anyone remember? Okay. Daria, one advice for you.
Yeah.
Let me say that if you want that somebody use your word, please put this word somewhere or just ask anybody to make it in visual contact. Yeah, because it will be better to use this word as much as everybody can. But anyway, it was a cool word, and thank you very much. Nice introduction, and very cool that you printed the paper with the word and explained it to us. And thank you for your well-detailed report about our grammar. And let me invite on the stage a counter for today, Yulia Kulakova.
Thank you. As a counter, I was counting all the evening all your filler words. So, the record holder of our art is Arthur. Yeah, but you know, make no mistake, conquer the world. Another one, record holder is Evgenia Glinskaya. Where is she? Evgenia, you have a lot of so, ok, okay, as well, and so on. A lot of. Sorry. Sofia Kuzina. Yes, you have longest. The longest of all of us. Yes, and what else? Sergey Kuzin has just one R and it was really amazing.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes R can be really amazing. Right. Yeah. So thank you for your positive feedback. And let me invite to the stage our timer, Anna Soltes. Anna Soltes. Please, Anna.
Спасибо. Sorry. Thank you. First of all, I would like to say thank you for all newcomers and for everybody who took part in improvisation session, because nobody exceeded its time for improvisation. Everybody were in limits. The only person between prepared speeches who exceeded his time was Evgenia Glinskaya, but we all know that it was completely her fault. So only praises for her.